Okay, took two trades today, ended up losing both. I'm just gonna kind of journal why I entered the trades, why it was still a good trading day because I followed my model, and I guess, why I missed the bulk of the move today, which was to the upside. And then I just kind of got caught in the retracement. But it's simply because my model did not give me an entry, or it did not show up for the bulk of the move today this morning. The reason being is just because order flow was out of whack this morning. And I put a lot of importance in order flow, and when and we'll get into it, but we'll start on the daily. The weekly is bullish. Start on the daily. The daily is technically still bearish until we close this candle. But yeah. 4 hour is bullish. The 1 hour is bullish. Those two time frames I love when they're in sync. So I was trading in the direction of those time frames. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Actually, I know there's nothing wrong with that. That's how you make money. Typically, you don't want to trade against the 4 hour and the 1 hour if you're in trade trading. Now, I got caught up in a bit of a premium here, which is fine because again, I've won a lot of trades in the premium. And so that doesn't matter too much to me because there's always going to be a reason not to enter a trade. So I could have used that as a reason not to enter, but it's not the biggest end of the world deal for me. So market can always go higher, it could always go lower. It doesn't matter how much of a premium or a discount it's in my opinion. But it's something to just be aware of, and I was aware of it. But order flow bullish, hourly, 4 hour, 15-minute bullish. The first trade I was using this 15-minute fair value gap for my higher time frame PD array. Second trade I was using this order block. Order flow is actually still bullish on the 15-minute, and it was bullish for both trades that I entered. So I had a higher time frame PD array for both trades, and I had order flow on my side. Okay. So then I just need to see a sweep. The first sweep was nice. We swept this low, these lows, had a nice reaction from that sweep, broke structure, left this inversion fair value gap. I entered off the inversion fair value gap. I really like too how we left these equal highs here. I thought that was even more of a reason for us to continue higher. How could we just leave these and not go higher? Well, that's exactly what happened, so that stinks. But at the end of the day, the entry and the model that I use was here. So what the fuck? Am I just gonna sit on my hands and not trade? No, I'm gonna trade what I've back tested for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of my life. The model that I know has an edge. The model that I do understand loses sometimes. And we lost here today. 2 times. It is what it is. I can only take 2 trades. If I'm going to lose both, then I lose both. You won't see me re-entering. And then this was the re-entry for the second trade. Now this one was I was a little bit more nervous about this one because we didn't take this low. And there's a hourly fair value gap underneath here that we now have taken, and I really would not be surprised if we started our push higher to end the day here because we left so much liquidity on our way down. Like, we didn't sweep anything on our way down. We just didn't. So yeah, I would not be surprised if we went higher now. Was I a bit impatient on the second trade? You can argue that, but I also did have my model again. Order block. Okay, I don't normally use order blocks for my PD arrays, but we used it today, and that's fine. Sweeping this low here. Okay. Pushing higher. Nice break of structure. got in off this inversion fair value gap, and we did not see a bullish candle in our direction that entire trade. That kind of sucks. In hindsight, should have been more patient. Could have been in a trade now, potentially, after we sweep this low and use the hourly fair value gap. And I would have, this would be an entry for me. I don't know if we would actually get tapped in, but that would be an entry, and honestly probably target this. But I'm done. I can't enter again. So that's something that, not a bad trade, but could have been more patient on the second one and really tried to make sure that I caught a winner. But again, I can't, this is going off as a check mark for the day, as in it was a good trading day, because I can't control what price does once I enter. I can only control what I do, and I executed my model 2 times. There's nothing else I could have done today. The bulk of the move happened this morning. Okay, it happened off of this fair value gap here, this hourly fair value gap. Problem was, we were bearish on the hourly, bullish on the 4-hour, bearish on the 15-minute, bearish on the daily. So it just made it a lot more difficult for me to be like, oh yeah, let me enter here, because the order flow is just not on our side, and that's something I actually take into consideration way more than I do like premium and discount type stuff. So yeah, we lost, what did we lose? $320 today. That's a big losing day for me, to be completely honest with you. Like that, it is. To be completely transparent with you, that's not a good day, like money wise. And when I backtest, I rarely do lose both trades on the day. If I lose that first one, I usually am able to make it back on the second one. That was not the case today, and there's plenty of times it's happened when I've been backtesting too, but it is rare. So it sucks when it happens real time, and honestly, I don't know if it's happened to me yet in real time. This might be the first time I've ever lost both trades. I can't remember, but it is what it is. It's part of the game. Sparrow will be back at it. It's not like I blew my account or anything. Like, we're still fine, but it sucks. But yeah, we missed the bulk of the move today, and we tried to make something happen up here in the PM session, and didn't force anything or anything like that. You can argue maybe the second one was forced, but my model was still there, so nothing you can do.